Hello and welcome to Play Talk Repeat. I'm Oliver. I'm joined by Niall, Alex, and Lewis.
Hello.
Hello.
It's time for our video game book club episode. Once a month, one of us chooses a game for the group to play and review, and this month the game is Cuphead, as chosen by me. So I chose Cuphead because, other than the fact that I love it and I've always loved it since it came out, we talk about difficulty a lot on the podcast and how it should be done versus how it shouldn't be done. And similar to Celeste a few months ago, I feel this is a shining example of difficulty done well. Okay, so a little bit about the game. It was developed and published by Studio MDHR, which is mainly consists of two brothers. It was released on September 29th, 2017, exclusively for PC and Xbox, before later being released on pretty much everything, and is classed as a run and gun game. Shall we have some opening statements, please?
No.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go, actually, Lewis, you're actually gonna go first because I know I'm guessing yours is going to be positive compared to the rest.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
I would hope so.
Right, yeah. So Cuphead for me is a game that I've been wanting to play pretty much ever since it came out. I've just sort of awkwardly avoided it, mainly because I don't think I wanted to deal with the frustration, and I didn't want to deal with something that was going to be overly difficult. So actually getting my hands on it and actually playing it, the game was nowhere near as difficult as I was imagining it to be. And as a result, I had a very, very good time with it. I was gonna say my score, but I don't know if I actually put it on how long to be. I'm just triple checking right now.
Okay.
But if I didn't, I'm just gonna have to come up with a score off the top of my head.
Off the dome, please.
I did not put it on how long to be.
Down.
You didn't do it.
He didn't complete it.
Wow.
That's
Didn't complete it.
I'm not a very good person. I'm sorry.
It was too hard for him.
But honestly, I'm gonna give Cuphead.
It's closer to mine now.
I am. Well, yeah. It's a big moment. I'm gonna give it an 8.
An 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be against giving it a 9, but I'm gonna give it an 8. I think it's a great game. I honestly don't have too many complaints, other than like some minor annoyances and gripes with some of the run and gun levels mainly. I think the game's just really, really good. It's a fucking like masterclass in terms of like animation. I genuinely don't think we'll ever see a game that looks like this ever again, just due to the sheer amount of effort, time, money that probably went into it. From my research that I was doing, I think this game was being made since like 2010 or something. Like it was being made for a long time. So yeah, I think it's a masterclass in terms of that. I think the game's just great. I just think it's a fantastic time all around. And I would highly recommend the game to anyone. Yeah, it's just very, very, very fucking good.
Yeah, like you said, it took a long time. We have Xbox to thank for the fact that it actually came out as well, because they were all over it. They were like, we need this game,
and the fact that they let them actually just take the time to make it, I think, is a testament to just I don't know, just a great time. Yeah.
I'm gonna go next because mine's predictable as well. So I've completed this game a fair few times and I can't get tired of it. I get better at the game every single time I play it, so it gets faster and faster and faster. It's one of my favorite games of all time. The music, the art, the balance of difficulty is all. It is nearly perfect for me. There are a couple of bosses for me that let the game down slightly, and it's more prevalent than like the on repeat playthroughs as well. It just becomes more and more. You can see the differences between the bosses and how some are more finely tuned than others. So I gave it a 9 out of 10. Alex, you next, please.
So I tried playing Cuphead about 3 years ago, 4 years ago at this point. I think it was 2022. I was having a good time with it, and then all of a sudden I just dropped it, and I don't know why. But actually playing it from start to finish this time, I had a really good time with it. The only problems I have with it are the run and gun levels are pretty pointless, and they're quite frustrating for no reason at all. And some of the boss patterns can be very unpredictable. Just out of nowhere, you'll just get shot for no reason, and then it kind of like ruins that boss. Like it's only specific boss fights, like to come to mind, like the dragon, for example. Like the first couple phases are so easy, and then the last one, it just comes out of nowhere and just shoots you just because it felt like it. But other than those two things, there's not really much I can say that's particularly wrong with the game. It does difficulty very, very well, and it's a hard game, and you understand that going in, and I feel like it's an enjoyable game, but it's hard to describe, but it's a game that I probably would never have played again if like I didn't come back to it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
I've given it an 8.5, and that's only because of the run and gun levels and the unpredictability from some of the bosses.
Cool. We're high so far. Now there's now to tear it all down. Now.
Okay. So Cuphead, it ruined my Christmas.
Spoilers.
It was incredibly frustrating, obviously very tedious at times. It did genuinely lead me to feeling numb to the game and also to the world around me. But at the same time, in saying that, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I couldn't stop thinking about picking up the game again. I think how many days? I think it took me like just over a week to beat it, and I played it for 14 hours. So averaging about 2 hours a day, which isn't something I usually do for just one game. I remember watching an episode of Bluey with my kid, and one of the characters was wearing pink, and I just thought parry it immediately, like it was that in my head. And yeah, overall, I'm glad that it's picked for a video game book club game because, like Alex was sort of saying, I also played this. I think when it came out in 2017. I think it came out in 2017. I played it for about an hour and I thought it wasn't for me. So if it weren't for this, I wouldn't have played through it and beaten it. And I'm glad that I did beat it. It wasn't something that I regretted doing. And my score is a 7.5 out of 10.
Oh, it's not too bad. I was expecting a lot worse than that.
0.5.
No, it was good.
Average is 8.25.
8.25.
That's
very high.
Robot levels.
That's incredibly high.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you all at least somewhat enjoyed it. So I just want to get straight into the obvious questions. So what was everyone's favorite boss fight?
I'm just gonna get mine out the way. Mine was I'm just looking up a name now. Calamaria.
Okay.
It's very weird that it was my favorite one because the plane levels were by far my least favorite in the entire game. But that fight in particular, I just think everything about it is just really fucking good.
Yeah.
I think the animations are some of the best in the game. I think the theming for it's really cool. I like the idea of additional enemies being brought in with her hair, which then stun you. I like the music in that game. She's just really fluid and fun to look at while you're fighting the boss. It's just a good boss. I just really, really like it. And again, that's weird because I don't overly like the playing levels. They were my least favorite part. But that one in particular just stuck with me. I don't know why.
That's interesting, because I know Niall hates that boss.
He does.
Yeah, he hates.
I do. Yeah, I'll go last for my favorite bosses.
Okay, cool. Alex.
I'm just looking at them now. I don't really.
You don't necessarily need the name. You just need the.
No, I've got them all here. I really like the rat Werner Werman.
Werner.
Werner, yeah, fuck Werner, hey Werner.
No, it was quite good. Like his patterns were good, and then actually finding out that he was controlling the cat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, some lore.
Yeah. Well,
crazy.
You find that out in the fight.
Yeah, you find out in the fight.
Yeah, you find out in the fight.
So
you probably just like threw your Steam Deck at that moment. We're just like, yes, finally it's dead.
Yeah, no, I was telling Alex before. First time I played Cuphead, that particular boss glitched out at me right at the beginning, so I didn't actually see the full boss fight until the second playthrough, because it just stayed still. Like I know it happened with Alex with King Dice on this one. So sometimes it does just glitch slightly, and the boss will stay still. It depends whether you're honest or not, whether you actually beat it properly or not. So my favorite boss is King Dice, which seems like a bit of a cop out. Because it's so many bosses in one, but I just love the aesthetic of all of them. Like, it's particularly like the cigar and stuff like that. Like, it's proper grimy and dirty casino shit. Really like it. And I can't think of a bad, because I've fought all of the little mini bosses in that, and I can't think of a bad one. They're all really, really good. I really enjoy that. So,
not quite easy. It's just the gauntlet of it.
Yeah,
that's what kept getting me.
And it's the timing of the dice. You just got, it's proper like one of those where you sit there like nodding like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so you get where you're going, and then you want to make sure you're picking up those hearts every run. Like you want because you can get up to like 6 hearts in that level. Niall.
So for me, it was my favorite boss was the worst offender of what I think is the worst part about the game, and that was, I mean, it's toss up between two. It's either the devil, or the pirates. And the reason for both is because my main gripe with the entire game is its use of randomness. Every boss has more abilities in every single phase than they will use on any given run, unless you obviously take forever to get past that phase. And so, very much the vast majority of bosses I defeated, I felt nothing. I didn't feel any sort of, reward or feeling like I overcame that because of my difficulty. It was like, no, that was the run where I didn't get those moves which caused me the most problems. And so it was like a war of attrition. Like I played through that boss for 2 hours. Eventually I got that golden run where they didn't use that particular move. So I saved like 2 health. And I got through it. And yeah, the devil, I'm pretty sure in every single one of his phases, he come up against every single one of his moves. And the pirate is like that case most of the time, but his randomness, which is in the ads which he spawns, which is either the squid or I'm trying to think of the others now. But those are
shark.
those are very, very heavily telegraphed and very easy to avoid. And so that's where I felt the least hard done by. Probably like a third place is the dog one that becomes a cat at the end. All three were where I felt like, oh, that's my skill, not anything else.
Right.
And maybe King Dice as well, because all of his mini bosses were easy. It's just that I just felt really frustrated about him in particular because I was really struggling with parrying the cards, and I felt like if I had 10 minutes of uninterrupted attempts at just that bit, it would be easy. But I had to wait 5 minutes to just jump once and die, which I didn't like.
That's very interesting, that, because I had the complete opposite experience. I thought a lot of the time, oh, sorry, my I guess disdain for the game and my annoyance at the game always came from just me. There was one boss in particular, which I guess we'll talk about later when we talk about least favorite. There was one boss that I really didn't like, and I felt that it was just unfair. But once I changed what I was doing, the boss that I absolutely hated became one of the easiest bosses in the game. There was never a point really where I thought the game was being overly unfair. I always, and because the bosses were so short, like whenever you did beat a boss, it was like what, like 1 minute 30, your max run.
Yeah.
Apart from King Dice, yeah.
Apart from King Dice, yeah, it was one of those things where I never really felt like I was getting boned by the game. I thought the reason I failed here is because I just wasn't playing particularly well, and
Well,
I never really blamed the game for that.
There was points like that for sure. Like there were points where I'm like, oh, I just need to change what I'm doing, or I need to take in a different item,
Yeah.
and then it was fine. But for example, with your favorite boss, the thing which really annoyed me with her was that the timings of the eels plus her freezing wasn't locked. So she could freeze you when the eels were primed to shoot you,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so
yeah,
you
that
did
was
not have
completely
enough
random.
time
Yeah.
to get out of it. And it was the same
Yeah.
with the final bit where you're going through that tunnel. I do not know how I beat a second attempt when I retried her again. Because she could just freeze you and you just not be in the right place, and it just
Well, I was going to say
you.
technically on that part, so that part's technically different because you can dodge the petrification on the second part.
I never
Well, sorry,
clocked
the
how to
last
do
part
that.
of the game. Because on the second part, when she does it, it's a full screen attack that you can't dodge no matter what you do. But in the final phase, it's a wave, so you can technically, if you have the smoke bomb, you can parry for it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Sorry, Oliver, because you're going to speak next, because this is towards you. I just sense a bit of hypocrisy. This is what I was thinking whilst I was playing. I was picturing your face and thinking hypocrite, because so the way I see the phases in Cuphead is I see them as runbacks, because you only ever have a problem with the final phase really. So after a bit, you just get into the final phase, and it's a run back to that boss, which is the final phase boss. And I think that's most prevalent probably in the Dragon, where you have to slog through these 2 phases, which are about 2 minutes, which if you look at a game like Silksong, it's a 2-minute run back. You get to the boss, you fight them, you die, you have to reset. So I found that particularly frustrating. But also, as well, something, again, to bring up Silksong, because you had issues with it, And one of the key reasons why bosses are difficult in this game is not because of the bosses, but because of the ads. And the ads are one of the key reasons why you had frustration with some of the bosses in Silksong as well. So I'm wondering why those two things, the 2-minute runbacks to fight the boss, which is what the 2 phases of any boss fight are, plus the ads being the main reason why there's difficulty, is different in Cuphead than it is to Silksong.
Okay, so my issue with the runbacks in Silksong is some of the runbacks were difficult. You know, like so. You know the one I'm thinking of because it was close to where I stopped playing the game, and that entire run back, and it takes more than 2 minutes, and you know it does, is a pain in the ass in itself. It's not that isn't fun. Whereas the fight, and I don't agree that the first 2 phases of these fights are runbacks. For example, the footage that the audience can see right now is me fighting. I cannot remember her name, the lady in the candy house. You can see me fucking struggling against the first 3 phases of that over and over and over again. But the
sounds like a hard run back to me.
It's not a hard run back. I'm facing those first few phases over and over again and getting better at those first few phases.
So if you face the same run backs over and over again,
but I didn't get better. I didn't get better. Right now, you're trying to.
Well, that sounds like a you problem.
Right?
I'm not trying to wind you up.
I disagree with. I understand where Niall's coming from. I disagree and agree. My main, I guess, disagreement with the whole run back thing in Silksong or just like Hollow Knight, I guess in general, is in Hollow Knight or Silksong. First of all, you're not countering the platforming and the monotonous nature of wanting to, like, do you know King Dice? You said if you just had the last section of King Dice to tackle over and over and over again, you'd have way more fun with it. Yep. In Hollow Knight, I'm sure Oliver would have enjoyed doing the bosses a lot more if he didn't have to keep basically punishing himself every single time to go back and do that one phase. Yeah. The issue with Silksong or Hollow Knight is even if you get back to a boss, let's say you spend 2 minutes getting back to a boss, that boss in itself, first of all, that might have phases. So it might turn into a full-length Cuphead battle in itself. But second of all, even if you do get to the phase, it's that thing of wanting to conquer but you don't care about the stuff that comes before it because that part doesn't matter. That part doesn't progress you through the game. The thing that's locking Oliver is the boss part. The part that comes before that is just sort of making it worse for him. And because of like the frustration of getting there over and over again, it's actively ruining his time doing it because all he wants to do is fight that one boss and progress. And if he can't do it, it's going to make him play worse. And every time he gets to it, it's just going to be kind of shit. With Cuphead, the boss is only being about a minute long, minute and 30 seconds max. I just think that whole scenario of trying to conquer this one phase thing is just a lot more engaging and a lot more exciting than having to slowly, well, not even slowly, but just sort of gently walk, well, not gently, but just walk down a path over and over again, do some platforming, miss the platform and fall down, have to climb back up it again. That adds to the annoyance. It's just, I think there's more layers to something like Silksong and running back to a thing. But I also do get where you're coming from. It is the same idea of doing something over and over again and throwing it at the wall until you get it.
Yeah, because that's the thing. That was I understand the presentation point where being in the boss, it is more exciting, but it felt almost exactly the same in that.
It's not just presentation. It's not just presentation.
But that's the thing. So I think actually, if anything, the runbacks. So there was less annoyance for me in like a game like Silksong, for example, with the runbacks because of one thing. So in Cuphead, you can't heal, right? When you're at mid boss. So it's like being doing a run back in Silksong and maybe taking 1 or 2 hits of damage, but then being unable to heal when you get to the boss. That's what the first lot of phases of Cuphead felt like. It was like, oh, I've done these phases so many times, but if I take that 1 point of damage or that 2 points of damage, like, right, the final boss is fucked. I might as well just restart because I know I need that amount of health in order to beat the boss.
But so the difference is right. So the difference is between the two things is these, like Lewis said, these fights are a minute and a half each, 2 minutes. Whereas so again, I'm gonna respond with that exact same. That fight in Silksong that you know that I'm talking about, that fight in itself is 3 or 4 minutes, and the run back is 2 or 3 minutes. You know what I mean? It's much worse. It's like Dark Souls level of run back. You know what I mean? It's too much time doing nothing in order to get to where you want. Whereas this, I feel you are getting, like, you're just getting better at the fight itself. The whole when you say like the last phase is the hardest, the whole goal for me, at least when I'm playing, is to get to that last phase with full health, so I can have a proper crack at it.
Yeah, no, I think honestly, for the most part, we are agreeing. I think because like what you're saying is what I'm feeling. But I think the time element is obviously a key thing. But yeah, like that's the thing. Like for me personally, once I beat the first two phases were no longer a boss fight to me. The first two phases were the path to the boss fight because, well, especially as well, because so many bosses. I mean, the dragon is a great example of this, but so many bosses. The final phase is so different to the first two phases that you're not getting better at fighting the boss at that point. You're getting better at the running to the boss. Because the final phase is so different that you need a completely different set of skills. Like it's not preparing you for that final phase. It's just trying to get it so that you are good enough at the phases beforehand where you have that amount of health, like you said, to fight them. And for me personally, like that's the thing. If the final phase was just like the first two phases combined, and that was like a consistent rule for how the bosses were designed, I would have felt a lot better about it. But it was more so like this is a different boss now that I'm fighting.
Okay.
So yeah. Anyway,
Cool.
I'll start blasting.
Yeah, I want to talk about. So I know Lewis, you mentioned it. I know which boss you talk about. I assume you talk about the dragon with the where you got better at the end.
Yeah, well, yeah. When I was talking about a boss where I absolutely hated it and despised it, and then I changed one thing, and then I went, "Oh, this is really easy."
So I know the issue you were having, and I will argue against that in a second because I've never had that issue. But I want to talk about. So Niall mentioned before about randomness. So there's randomness where there's different different phases, but for example, the Candyland one that you're seeing right now, it could be the muffin, could be the waffle that comes out. You don't know, but there's in the dragon fight and the bee fight, there is randomness in terms of whether platforms appear or not.
Yeah.
And that is where I have that is my only real issue with this game is those two fights. And when my first run through of the game all those years ago, the bee was my absolute. It was a bane of my life. It took me hours and hours and hours because I was constantly running out of places to jump. It gets better when you learn what weapons to use and all that kind of stuff because it shortens the fight rather than makes it easy. Just so there's less chance of you fucking up. Like there's less chance of a bad platform being thrown your way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my only real issue with like the randomness in the game. With the phases like Niles, like you were arguing runbacks before now, especially like again with the fight that we're seeing, like the Candyland fight, that makes the runbacks more interesting in that you don't know what you're going to fight.
Yeah. So there's sort of examples like that. If I remembered the Candyland one, that would have been up there with one of my favorite bosses because like there's those where it's presented like this is a clear source of randomness. You don't know which thing you're going to face next. It's more so the smaller attacks, like the mermaid is a great example of that. You don't know what she's going to attack with next. I think everyone probably, whether they felt it or realized it or not, would take more damage in some attacks than others. And because there are more attacks than you are likely going to see whether it's just the same amount of times, like you're not going to be able to see all of her attacks twice, or there might be some attacks which aren't used. Then for me, I found that like it was very clear that I beat some bosses because I just didn't get the attack that against me that I was struggling with, which then robbed me of that satisfaction. That was my problem. But yeah, I really like the Candyland one. Honestly, I thought the B one was fine. The B one was at that point where I realized I needed to shut my brain off in order to survive the game. I just needed to just keep going at it and I literally said to Meg at the time, I'm like, because she interrupted me and I died. I'm like, I'm not bothered. This is muscle memory time. This is all this is. I'm just building up the muscle memory. Yeah.
My issue with the B one when I'm on my first run, now it's piss easy because I know what weapons to use. The issue with the B one on the first run through was I used the normal bullets and the spread bullets. And they're just they are not the ones you want like homing, and you want the drop one is almost essential for that fight because she spends a lot of the time at the bottom of the screen, especially in the last phase. So you want to drop bullets onto her. And that
I had a big issue with the bee. That was probably one of my worst boss fights because I hate vertical scrolling, and and also the randomness of the platforms as well. There was times where I'd shoot across the screen expecting the platform to be there because I remember it being there last time, and then I'd fall and lose.
So when she's firing the bullet bills as well, those platforms.
Yeah, exactly. And then they just randomly just go up, and then it just goes right randomly, and I'm just like, I can't remember this.
The bullet bills, I could never figure out the pattern. In terms of beating her, I didn't have that much of an issue because you can aim anywhere in Cuphead, up, down, left, right, all around. J Smithtown, that one,
Yeah.
up, down, all
In,
around.
out, shake it all about.
No, yeah, because you can do that, I never really had an issue with it, and because of stuff like the what was it called? The
lobber?
roundabout.
Yeah.
With roundabout and something like that fight, you can just simply shoot up, and then the bullets will just come back down. But also, I wanted to point out as well. I meant to bring this up in my last point. One of the key things with this game is the phases are not consistent in terms of timing, because during a boss's transitional phase, you can still damage them usually, and depending on what you're doing, whether that be a EX move or like the big super, or just dependent on the weapon you're using, you can like heavily decrease a boss's health. So certain phases aren't very long, depending on how much damage you actually do. For example, that B fight, whenever it got to that last phase, the plane part, I would usually kill it in about 2 or 3 bullets, because by the time it turned into the plane, because the transitional phase is so long, you can just pump it full of so much damage that it doesn't actually matter. Which is why I was never too bothered about certain phases maybe being harder than others, because if you were playing well or playing properly, or at least trying to time things properly, you could turn phases that maybe would have been kind of annoying into literally like 5 or 6 seconds, and then it would just be over. So I did kind of like that aspect of it. I did forget to mention anyway in the podcast, I did play the game twice, because I did platinum the game.
Yeah.
I got the
Yeah,
platinum, didn't he?
I did play the game on regular, because you have to, and then when you play regular, you unlock expert mode. So I've played all of these bosses on regular and expert. I will say expert is harder for sure. The general theming for all the bosses is just it's the same, but there is now more projectiles on screen, and the enemies moves are sped up. So it's the same fights, but you just have slightly more things to dodge, and you need to get used to the idea of things shooting faster. I will say, going back to the default game after playing expert feels incredibly slow, like really, really slow. Like I feel like I could play any of those levels now. Like I wouldn't say I won't get hit, but I feel like I'll play pretty much any of those levels and beat them in like 1 or 2 tries now, because compared to the expert thing, it's not that bad. But some of the bosses in expert were a pain in the ass. Particularly the plane stuff. Like I don't know if you guys struggle with Wally Warbles at all in the default game, the bird. But in expert, he was horrific. He was one of like the worst things I ever had to do. Him and that stupid robot,
Dr. Carl's robot.
Dr. Carl's robot. That's hard enough in the default on regular. In expert, bro, trying to dodge any of that shit in the second phase is like,
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
That was the boss I was at for the longest time. I think I was doing that for about 55 minutes. I think it was by far the longest I had to attempt anything. And it was like really, really getting to me. Outside of that, I think the game is worth playing on expert if anyone ever. I don't know if anyone's ever. Oliver's probably realistically the only person who would ever go back to the game after this, I imagine. But I do think the game has a reason to exist on expert. I think the expert versions of the bosses are still not simple, but they don't change enough where it becomes an entirely different boss fight. It's just one of those things about adjusting to the speeds and adjusting to the patterns. But if you can do it on regular, you can do it on expert, and I like that about the game.
Yeah, I've never tried it. Never tried. I've played the game so many times. Never tried expert mode.
Never even tried it.
If you've mastered, I don't necessarily know if you've mastered them, but if you have a really good understanding of how all the bosses work, expert really isn't that bad. Like I said, it's the worst of the plane levels. Just because the plane levels in general, you have the least amount of control of what you're doing.
Yeah.
And because of the amount of projectiles on screen, it can be kind of a pain in the ass. But like, yeah, I think it's just a fun time and worth doing.
I never really struggle with the bullet hell stuff on the plane levels.
On regular,
you make the plane smaller, and then
I always thought they were easier.
Yeah, you've got to kind of like, you can't look where you are. You've got to look at the entire screen all at the same time.
Yeah, well, yeah, I never
enter the matrix kind of thing.
I never minded the plane that was on regular. It was even on regular. The only one that I had an issue with was Dr. Carl's robot. It was on the expert mode, but I didn't like any of the plane levels. The plane levels in the expert mode, just I didn't really enjoy any of them, because, like I said, there was too much shit going on.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I had less control over being able to dodge shit and whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Just if anyone out there is wanting to play Cuphead, I do think it is worth playing on the expert mode. It'll basically double your play time, pretty much. That's what happened with me. I think it took me about 7 hours to beat the main game, and then about 14 hours to platinum it.
Are you doing the DLC, Lewis?
No, I didn't do the DLC because I didn't buy it.
Damn.
I might do it at some point in the future.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily mind doing it in the future. That's the other reason I wanted to get the expert done is it was because the boss's patterns were fresh in my mind. So I didn't want to say I'll do the platinum in a couple months because then I just wouldn't have remembered how any of the bosses played.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be against doing the DLC in the future because it will be all fresh and stuff. So I probably will do it because it's just really fucking good.
Yeah, man. Right. Let's...
And if the bosses in the DLC are the same quality as the base game, then it sounds like a treat.
All right, so I remember really, really enjoying it. I've only played the DLC once, and I can only remember one of the bosses, sadly. So I can't really speak to its quality all that much. I just remember enjoying it at the time.
I was gonna say actually, because this has come after the fact. If you own the DLC, can't you use all the DLC weapons and stuff in the base game?
Yep.
Did you make use of any of those? Because it seems like there's a lot of really good weapons.
I am very set in my ways with these bosses now. I know what because I've played it a few times before the DLC even came out. I know what weapons I want to use in each one.
Right. Okay.
All right. There's a couple of things I want to talk about because we're running over slightly. Just quickly run through your least favorite bosses.
I'll go dead quick. Phantom Express was very annoying because it kept changing its attack patterns on me, which was annoying because the head kept popping out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd remember it, but then it wouldn't do the exact same pattern, which annoyed me. And also the little parry things. If I missed one and it moved me over, and then the skeleton slammed on my hand, it really wound me up.
That's mad, that, because you can just stand in a particular part of the platform and it'll never hit you.
Hit you.
No, but I'm saying that I'd move there, but then a thing would hit the platform, causing me to move to get hit.
It wasn't paying attention to his bricks.
Yeah, but unless you got hit, I guess, as he was slamming down, and it was just something you couldn't really adjust for. But even if you were on the platform where the skull was, you just had to stand to the left or right of the platform, and then the hands.
And also that other phase where it did the lightning, and then I'd move over to the left first, but then he would.
That's crazy.
The same again with that. You can stand in a particular part of the platform, and unless you're right in the middle, you'll just not get hit by it.
You just got to move back to the middle after.
I thought that boss was one of the easiest in the game.
I enjoyed
that. That was just one I struggled with quite a lot. We've already spoke about the B, but that was probably my worst one. And then other than that, I think it's just Beppy the Clown. I had trouble with as well. The roller coaster. That was one of my worst ones.
So lots to keep track of on that one, definitely. Niall.
Yeah, for me, it was probably the scientist who I spent the most time on. That took me 2 calendar days, which is about 5 hours, I think, of just him. I really, really struggled to even get past the first phase, and then the second phase was easy. It was annoying because it was easy to get hit when you weren't, when it was your fault, because basically the like the cannons or the rockets could come off screen onto you. And so if I dodged something, I was too close to the side of the screen, I just get hit, and then that'd be game over. But yeah, probably him. There was only 2 other bosses where I took a break from, and that was the mermaid, which I think was just straight up unfair with the way she could freeze you. And the other one I took a break from was a clown, but in retrospect, that wasn't too hard. Funnily enough, the easiest time I had with the game was on Isle 3. I would go from taking 2 days to beat a boss to beating 4 bosses in an hour. It was weird.
Just that good.
Yeah. Sounds like you got better at the game.
Yeah, almost.
No,
Lewis, is yours grim matchstick?
I would say my least favorite was. No, I don't mind Grim Matchstick now. Because, like I said, he's really easy.
Oh,
sorry, the dragon.
I want to say with Grim Matchstick, by the way, you said on the chat multiple times that the projectiles explode randomly. I've never had that happen.
No,
they don't explode randomly.
No, just flying.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I thought that. Yeah, I thought that at first as well because I had homing on, and the homing bullets automatically shoot the projectiles. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? And then I realized no.
Well, what I was doing is I was using roundabouts, so pretty much just any time the bullets came back, they were just popping them. And I realized that if you just use the lobber and just wait and don't shoot when it's shooting those bullets, it's very, very easy. You still have to dodge, and it can still be a bit unfair
Yeah.
because you can shoot those flame the flame orbs very quickly and out of nowhere with no wind up animation or anything. But for the most part, that is really easy if you just take your time, use the lobber, and just do it because you'll kill it really quick. I'd say my least favorite one, honestly, was just Dr. Carl's robot. That entire fight is just overly. It's the most unfair fight for me in the game.
Yeah.
Because that first phase in itself is already kind of difficult, but that second phase truly is you just kind of have to get lucky in like his bullet spread pattern and then hope that you can kill him quick enough. I just think it's very annoying. If I had to choose like a regular boss that wasn't a plain boss, I probably would stick it on and this is just for expert mode, Werner Vermin. It's not a particularly hard fight. There's just a part in his second phase, or before his second phase, before he turns into the cat. Do you know when he's lifted up and down on the hydraulic thing?
In the ass,
yeah, in the expert mode, it's really fucking fast. And there's buzzsaws coming in left and right side of the screen, and it's just kind of an annoying part of the fight. So I'd probably say Werner Vermin, but yeah, overall, yeah, it's definitely the robot. The robot sucks.
Interesting. Yeah. So like I said, the first time I played it was the bee for sure. But I had difficulty on the dragon and the robot as well. But this time around, it was the footage that I used. Sadly, it was the only time I recorded the game. It took me 30 minutes to beat that Candyland. I have no idea why at all, because it's not one I've had issues with before. That's the most frustrating. But in terms of the least favorite, is Sally's stage play. I think that I don't think that fight should be in the game. It's weird that it's on aisle 3. It should be.
It's the easiest. Yeah, it's the easiest fight in the game. It's an aisle 1 boss for sure.
Yeah, it's just it's stupid. And I don't like the whole subject matter of it either. Like you're fighting these big creatures and stuff, and all of a sudden it's just this woman who acts. You know what I mean? I'm not. It's not like.
Hates women.
I hate women. Yeah, there is nothing I like about that boss fight at all. But it's not to do with difficulty. Before we get on to 20 questions, I want to ask, because it was brought up at the beginning and why I've been meaning to bring it up. Why do people not like the run and gun levels?
I might have a different reason than everyone else, so I'll let everyone else go first.
Because that's the thing. It was just like, it's the same reason why I didn't like a lot of the bosses. It's just because it felt like, I'm doing this annoying thing, which has a slight variation, which could cause me to not be able to prepare for it because it's random, just in terms of the way the enemies are. Like, for example, I replayed to get some footage. I think it was the first run and gun and the second run and gun, and I purposely took a while. And then there was a treetop one. The bees started coming down the initial path, and so there's just a lot of like lack of control there, where it felt frustrating having to go through it again and again. And it wasn't like, I'm getting better at this. It's like, it's different every time slightly, and I'm gonna take damage, and you've only got 3 health and you can't heal. And it was just frustrating. It was just a lot of ads, and it was like, I've got trouble with this point. Got to spend another minute getting to it, and I might have less health than I did last time. So, and crucially, it wasn't mandatory. And I wasn't enjoying myself the whole time. So
I didn't know it wasn't mandatory until you said it. Genuinely didn't know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, the running guns, you'd have
well, the first 2 running guns are, because you need them to navigate aisle 1, because they open up paths. But running gun 2, aisle 2 and 3, no, you just need them for money. So I didn't buy anything.
That's mental.
Apart from the homing thing, and like I bought the 4 HP charm with the extra HP charm. Because that was like the first one available. Those are the only 2 things I bought in the entire game: the homing and the extra HP.
Whoa! Did you not buy the smoke dash?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, bought a smoke dash as well. So
which charm did you use?
It depends on the fight.
Right.
So if I needed to dash, and it was one of those where it's like, I could really struggle here, or I could just dash through the enemy, then I would use smoke dash. But if not, I'd get the extra HP. For example, I used Smoke Dash on Dice Man because that made one of the mini bosses, which was the woman that like danced left and right, and you could just parry on the chip, so I could just dash through her. Yeah. You know, like it was very easy to identify which ones were Smoke Dash enemies and bosses, and which ones I'd rather have the extra HP for. The extra HP was obviously great on the plain ones because you couldn't Smoke Dash, so I took the extra HP on that one.
That's a good point. That is a really good point. I never even thought of using a different charm for the plain levels.
Yeah, I just never changed it from Smoke Dash.
Yeah, it's one of those moves that like, I feel should just be the dash. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
'cause it's so integral to a lot of fights.
I mean, the smoke bomb's still useful on the plane levels because you can still you can still dash through stuff.
Can you?
Yep. The smoke dash on the plane works. You have a very brief moment where you can.
I thought it just makes you
Just
smaller.
makes you smaller, yeah.
It makes you smaller, but it does the smoke bomb effects as well.
Does it?
Oh, I just thought that was an effect.
Nope.
But turning into the small plane.
What crazy bit of information.
When you do it, you have like a very brief window where you can go for objects.
Damn.
Interesting.
Right, cool.
Lewis just actually does.
Yeah, I didn't like them. First of all, just because I thought what the game did best was the boss fights. It really just is. It's like entirely what the game's based around. It does it the best. But second of all, it's because I had to get pacifist on all of them. So I had to beat the levels. I had to beat the levels without shooting anything. And the game actively is built in a way where you have to cheese stuff to get like, for example, in the first run and gun level at the very end, there is a boss, and you can't get past the bosses unless you kill them. So you have to act genuinely, and this is just the way they want you to do it, is you have to use the ultimate special. So you have to build up your parry throughout the level, get the ultimate, and then at the very end you have to get damage boosted from the enemy, then use the ult to boost yourself upwards, because when you use the invincibility ult, it makes you jump even if you're in midair, and then you can jump over the boss. So you have to genuinely cheese it and do these weird like glitches in order to get the pacifist runs for all of them. And I didn't really like doing that.
No,
That's why I don't like the run and gun levels really. Their pacifist runs weren't very fun.
I thought I like the run and gun levels. I think some of that provided some of the best moments, especially in that last one where the big giant's chasing you. That's like a really, really good challenge, like a platforming challenge. I really liked it.
No, for me, I agree with Lewis in the fact that the bosses were like the main aspects of the game, but there's some of them like the one near the sea. That one was just horrendous, like having to carry on top of that octopus. There's also the one I can't remember. I think it's in aisle 2 where you have to like keep changing that you're on the top and the bottom of the screen.
Yeah,
that one wound me up so much. I kept getting really frustrated with it that I just kept like rage quitting from it.
Yeah. No, I get that. That's fine. Right. So, one final question, I promise. Did anyone, apart from Lewis, obviously, because he used the invincibility to get through the run and gun, did anyone use anything else apart from the first ult that you get?
I tried the third one, where it makes the big ghost, and I used it for like one level, and I was like, I'd rather just have the first ult because that one was way better.
The third ult is one of those ults where if you can get it to sit on top of the enemy the entire time, it will do more damage than the first ult. Yeah. But in 99% of scenarios, it's just not worth using. Yeah. Like it makes sense to just use the first ult and pretty much only use that one. The invincibility one's worthless. It's not worth using.
I won't use it.
For me, the mausoleums were another thing which I didn't do, and I'll tell you for why. So on the second one, I'm convinced that there was a bug, because what would happen is because one hate death, right? And what would happen is what?
Sorry, I said I don't know. I never died on
it. Is no legit. I am convinced that every single time I died, I weren't touched by anything. It felt there was some times where the time when I realized, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. There were no ghosts on screen, and I just died. And I couldn't explain it. I was like, if it was like, you know, I was close to the edge of the screen, then maybe because there's some of those ghosts which like spiral starting from the edge of the screen. I'm like, oh, it might have been that. But genuinely, it was like,
is it one hit death? I thought you still got 3 HP in those. I thought is one hit if they hit the thing in the middle. If the pink ghost hit that thing in the middle, then
I didn't die.
I have no idea. I didn't get hit.
Yeah, so I didn't. Genuinely, I didn't get hit until I was dead, and maybe it could have been them hitting the thing in the middle, but I swear there were multiple times where there was nothing on screen and I just died. So I was like, okay, this is not worth it.
Did you get a ult though?
What?
Did you get a ult?
Yeah, I got the first one.
Right.
It was the second one which had that issue.
Right. Let's move on, shall we? That was good. I'm glad everyone enjoyed it to a degree, at least.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I enjoyed it. Like I said, I wanted to play it for ages, but I just wouldn't have. Like I just wasn't going to.
It's just one of them games that were just sitting, just still installed on my computer, where it's like, yeah, you've got like 4 hours in me. Let's carry on playing.
And this is
I think
exactly why the video game book club exists.
I think I was expecting it to be a lot harder than it was. Like frustrating hard, you know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
like
Dark Souls level of hard.
Yeah, I guess. Like what? Yeah, just sort of wasting your time, obnoxiously hard type of game.
This is what I mean. There's like Celeste and Cuphead for me are the absolute pinnacles of difficulty. Like the just the best way it can be done.
I think Celeste is a lot harder than Cuphead, to be honest.
Again, there's no punishment for failure. There's very little punishment for failure.
No, yeah. You can just restart instantly. Yeah.
So Celeste is a lot harder, but I found it a lot less frustrating for sure. Okay, it does an even better job of removing that punishment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Cool. Right, we're gonna move on to 20 questions for next month's game.
I'm typing. Don't worry.
It is Lewis who's picked the game.
What's the game? JK.
I can't say that.
JK.
Who would like to start?
I'm gonna start, so I know whether to be sad or not. Is it a platformer?
No.
Thank fuck for that.
There might be platforming in it, but it's not platforming.
I'm glad it's just not a platformer.
But like it's also difficult for me to say because I haven't played the game, so I don't know.
I hope you have the wiki.
I know it definitely isn't. No, I've got the wiki. I know it isn't a platformer, but it might have it in it.
Okay.
Might have platforming elements.
Oh.
You might jump.
I'll go next. Is it a PlayStation exclusive?
No.
Interesting.
I'm glad. I want to play this on Steam Deck.
Would you say this game stars an iconic character?
Oh.
You can be subjective about it if you want.
Yeah, like iconic to us, maybe.
No, I'm just gonna say no. I will explain why the answer to that question is weird later on, but no.
Okay. Do you shoot in this game?
Not that I know of.
It's an IO game.
But you might have a gun at some point. It's very possible.
Be a bit awkward if you don't shoot it.
He just walks around.
Yeah, why not? Was the game released from 2020 onwards?
No.
That's a good thought. Okay. So it's no guns. No, we know of.
We haven't got a single yes yet.
We haven't
it's not a platformer, not a PlayStation exclusive, not an iconic character, no shooting, and it was not after 2020.
It's not an iconic character. It's not likely to be a Nintendo exclusive, is it?
No.
Nintendo has some stinkers.
No. Right. Do you play as a human? I know we're awkward one. What the fuck is this game?
Let me just type it indirectly to Google.
Google.
Physically, he looks like a human. Is what I will say. I don't think he is a human.
Right.
But he looks like a human.
It's a he as well.
It's a he. We got that for free.
That was a freebie, that.
Chill that in.
Sorry, they look like a human. I'm sorry, all these questions have awkward answers, but you're asking awkward questions. Where I can't give you a straight
standard
answer. Questions
we ask every time.
You need to be more specific with your questions. You need any details.
Let's get a theme in. Is it sci-fi? Oh my god.
No. Based on no.
Yes, it's not sci-fi.
No.
The dude in Quantum Break is human, right?
I had Quantum Break in my head as well.
I keep thinking of Quantum
because
Break.
I'm like, he wants to play through the Remedyverse games anyway. He needs a bit of a kick to do it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Is it about 7.5 hours long?
And Bobby Drake.
It might be.
Bobby Drake is a iconic character in X-Men, but does not in games. Come on, Alex.
This is difficult.
That would definitely be sci-fi though. Quantum Break, 100%.
Yeah.
Was the game released on the PS4, Xbox One generation?
No.
So it's before that. So we're looking 360 and below.
Yes.
Interesting.
Or the Wii, which was above.
Yeah.
You haven't had a single yes, have you?
No.
We had a yes, but maybe not for human main character.
Yeah. And I gave you a freebie on that one by just explaining that they do look like they are. Like you didn't even. Yeah, I don't know.
I know I've already.
We haven't got a genre.
No, we haven't got a genre. You can ask that.
Okay.
I know we haven't. We know it's not a PlayStation exclusive. But I'm just gonna ask: is this, in terms of consoles, not including PC, is this multi-platform?
Yes.
Right. That doesn't fucking help me at all. we got a yes, but I don't like that one.
Right. Assuming it's not a narrative focused game, I think the only, because it's not me, then the only other genre I can think of, if it's not platformer or shooter, is puzzle. But I don't think Lewis would pick a puzzle game. Because any other genre I can think of has shooting in it, most likely, like horror or, like an FPS, third-person shooter, an action game. And if it's not labeled as a platform, then I think it's got to be puzzle. So, Lewis, is it a puzzle game?
No.
Okay. Yeah, okay. The only thing I can think of is Metroidvania, but Metroidvania would be a platformer. You can't have a Metroidvania that's not a platformer.
No. I mean, no.
Could it be like one of those Black Trail likes? Is he going to make us play the Black Trail like?
I'm just you play as someone who seems to be a human.
In what? Oh right, yeah.
In the game,
I mean,
we're trying to guess.
if we're going for a card-based game, maybe then Slay the Spire, you look sort of human in that.
Could be a racing game.
Could be a racing game. That's true. I didn't consider that.
I just want to point out. I think you're limiting the amount of genre. I feel like you've locked in and somehow erased every genre imaginable for no reason. So I just want to put that out there.
Action adventure game.
I just want to.
What standard action adventure game does not have shooting in it? I mean, apart from Batman, I suppose, or Spider-Man.
I just want to clarify. The question was, does the game have guns? Was that the question?
No, there's a game of shooting in it.
And I said no, but then I said it could do though at some point. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it could do. But what I'm saying is like it's a numbers game. If the numbers, it could be like a wacky game, but most genres are most likely going to have you shooting something in it. In my personal opinion.
Okay.
But obviously I'm wrong because it's a very common genre, and this is a very common game, apparently.
No, I just don't want you to be looked that it's a fucking card game after like 4 guesses for some reason.
It's not a card game.
No, it could be.
Whose question is
it? It's me, I'm pretty sure. This is so difficult. Is it in a series of games?
No.
So it's a standalone game.
Yeah, it's a one and done.
How many questions have we got left now?
So wrong question 12 now, and it's total of 21.
We've got nothing.
Dude, that is true. You do have nothing. It's been incredibly unsuccessful.
Is this game considered to be difficult?
No.
Thank God for that.
I'm just trying to get into Lewis's head, and he likes picking difficult games.
No, I don't.
I was like, you pick Ghost Runner. You know.
Ghost Runner was a different
Ghost
one.
Runner
Runner
2,
two,
maybe.
not-
Ghost
No,
Runner
fucking his
2.
guitar.
If it's Ghost Runner 2,
Guitar
I'll
revival.
welcome it.
He doesn't have a gun. He has a
That would be really.
Yeah,
funny,
but it's a
to be fair.
standalone game.
Oh yeah.
I
true,
didn't think about that. I could have upset Natalie. No.
Ghost Runner 2 straight away.
It wouldn't make us play. I think racing games are a good shout. Maybe.
No, but it isn't though, because
It's not going to be a racing game.
he said you
I
play
said that
someone
as a
who
joke.
looks like a human. Like
Might be a cat that looks
what
like a
racing games
human.
do you play as someone who looks like a human?
Jack X.
I heard that the
Okay.
RoboCop game is really good.
The Jack and Daxter racing game.
The RoboCop game is apparently a banger. Yeah.
Yeah, people say that.
Robo-
So.
Twisted Metal? You don't have guns in that, do you?
I
You
don't
cars
know.
have guns.
Oh, do they? Fair. Cheers, Lewis. That's got that.
I don't know what to suggest because we know other intel as well, and that's also throwing me a little bit. Could nail down the generation. Probably shouldn't. Probably should stick with genres.
Yeah, I was trying to do that. All we know that it's
360 or earlier.
360 or earlier,
Yeah.
and it's a standalone.
we could like.
Oh,
Go on.
could it be Crisis 2?
No,
No,
it's
that's
standalone.
definitely shooting.
Yeah.
It's
Definitely shooting.
standalone.
And
It's also, yeah.
I
standalone,
would
yeah.
legitimately leave the podcast. I'm not lying. I would just walk away.
No, I still believe Crisis 2 must be good. Like they have to. One of them has to be good.
We thought that about
It has
Crisis
to be.
1. We thought it must be good. Everyone talks
Yeah, I know.
about it, and it was
but
dog
I know.
shit.
I know. But,
Is it an action adventure game?
yes.
There we go.
Right. Okay. So we got the genre. Action adventure.
Right.
I feel like we do need a generation, you know, but I don't know what.
Yeah.
It's got to be 360, hasn't it?
Yeah. Is the main character's name in the title of the game?
No.
No.
It'd be very funny if that was his name, but no.
He again confirmed.
You gotta try some stuff.
Oh, sorry though.
Something's clicked in Oliver.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to think. Right. So.
That was his knee.
Bang.
Banger.
It's got to be the 360 generation. It's got to be.
I don't want to say I've looked at several long plays, and the game was about 6 hours long. So it's not, I know that doesn't help, but I just want to
What about 6
Give
or 7?
give you something, I guess.
I will,
man.
I will
banger.
say to anyone watching, we already knew that. He didn't let that slip before. That he isn't just giving
did.
away clues.
Yeah.
Right. Action adventure. Is there such thing as a 2D action adventure game?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I can't think of one, but
Lewis,
probably.
why are you laughing?
Just I like the idea of a 2D action adventure game.
Right, so it's a
What's-
so it's a 3D action adventure game.
What
I
are
don't
people
know.
saying about Crackdown?
It's in a series.
Ooh,
I'm
that's a good idea.
almost certain you have guns in that.
It's
You
also
do
in a
have-
series of games.
You also do, yeah, it's also in a series of games. Yeah.
Uh,
You don't have guns
Oh,
in
yeah.
Crackdown though. It's like the main thing you do.
Yeah, I played some of Crackdown. You literally have guns.
What if he's making us play Prototype? Even Oliver hated
I
it.
was just played it.
He didn't finish it, he hated it.
I didn't finish it. That's true. But that is the right generation, and you definitely I mean, you do have guns in that though. You do.
And
no
it's part of
Prototype.
the
There's a-
series, yeah.
Yeah,
Those
there's
are part of
Prototype too.
Golly
I
go.
just can't think of any one
single
game
game.
series.
I'm sure someone's heard of this
Standalone
game.
games.
Because I'd heard of it before. I just hadn't thought about it in a long time.
See, that's making me think that none of us have heard of it.
Nah, you might have.
Right, so it's
I've seen
definitely
it about.
it's definitely 3D. If it's action adventure, there's got to be combat. So I want to nail down what that combat looks like. Do you use a sword in this game that you know of?
That I know of. No.
What the fuck's the combat then?
Oh, it could be
Punching.
fisticuffs.
It can't be. It can't be Ratchet and
Can't be
Clank
Sifu
because there's
again.
loads of guns in that, and it's part of the series. And it wasn't
And it's a
exclusive to PlayStation. Fucking hell!
Could make us play Sifu again. I don't know, that's too recent, isn't
It's
it?
too recent.
In there.
Whose go is it?
7 hours.
It's not even like
It's
It's not like I'm choosing something insanely stupid or anything.
I think I'm trying to think.
The game's regarded as apparently having quite a good narrative, so that's why I've chosen.
Quite a good narrative.
Yeah.
I see. So you've Niall led us away from the narrative question earlier.
I did. Well, no, it's not narrative focused though. It's not a walking sim. Was my point
It's not a
before.
walking sim, no. Apparently, the story is just quite good though.
I don't think you're shooting We Happy Few, but I think that might be longer than 6
That's
hours.
way.
That was
that's
that was
after.
PS4. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was PS4.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way too.
And
recent.
you do shoot in it as well.
Do you?
Bag of shit, that game.
Yeah.
It's crap. Yeah, I hated it. I wanted it to be a Bioshock game, but it wasn't.
I'm glad it wasn't. Oh no, I was gonna say Bioshock. No.
Guns. Series.
Could be Bio. Oh yeah. Could say Bioshock.
If I have to say series one more time.
Oh golly gosh! Right, okay. Now let me just ask a question. Let me ask a question.
Feel free.
Realistic art style? Question mark.
Like for the time.
That's what I'm trying to think. For the time, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was aiming for. Okay, cool. But it could be an android, but it's not sci-fi. That's what's confusing me because I think any explanation. Am I frozen? No, everyone's just very still.
No, sorry, I was thinking.
Yeah, so that's the thing. If it looks like a human, but maybe not, but it's not sci-fi. What is that? Because that could be the key here. Because that's very specific.
I guess it depends on the definition of sci-fi in this context. Like technically, it's in the future, but
Well, it's anything like science fiction related. Like if it's fictional based in science.
No, not really.
Okay, so then there has to be an explanation for this guy looking human but not being, but has nothing to do with science fiction at all.
And it can't be fantasy because it's set in the future.
Yeah.
I am out of ideas.
I started to keep going.
No, because zombies would count as sci-fi.
I wouldn't.
Is it me? I think it's me.
Is zombies sci-fi?
I would have got no. This is right. The definition of sci-fi is getting twisted here.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Right. So have we got any main character that's a zombie? Did they make an iZombie? Not an iZombie. iZombie is a TV show.
Zombie game.
Warm body. No, did they make a warm bodies game?
I don't think so. No,
I don't think so. Is it worth naming down the generation?
We might as well ask the fucking question because now
might as well. It's always go anyway.
So. Is it the PS3, Xbox 360, Wii generation?
Yeah, the very end of it.
Oh,
right. So we're looking about 2012.
The very end of it.
Yep.
Yes, we got a year there, 2012 / 2013.
Yeah, but I'd walk in.
Brink, no shooting in Brink.
I'm trying to think of standalone games for the
Last of Us, but
that's
exclusive.
That's exclusive, and also the wrong gen. Well, no, it's the right generation.
It's the right generation. Came out in 2012. That's why I said that.
Series,
You're part of a series. Don't like you.
I'm starting to. I'm convinced.
Oh wait! Oh no, these are shooting.
I'm convinced we've never heard of this game.
I feel like I don't think it'd be shocking for anyone to have heard of it. Like I've seen it quite a few times in my life.
Out of the three of us, who do you reckon would know it?
That's not
know it. Probably Oliver and maybe you,
but not me.
I doubt you. I feel like you've got the least chance of ever seeing it in your lifetime. I'm not promising that any of you have even ever heard of it, but I just feel like Oliver would be the most likely, and then Alex could have been there.
Could have been there.
Is that just because I'm an old head?
You're an older head. Yeah.
I think of 360. Oh wait, I've got my 360 games down here.
Yeah,
I doubt you own the game.
Why not?
I don't think you've got.
I don't know. I'm looking for inspiration over it myself, to be honest with you, because it's something.
Do you want me to just? I mean, I'm fine to give clues. I kind of just keep guessing now for the set because you've gotten fucking fuck all. You've got that it's an action adventure
game.
That's
on the
all
Xbox 360.
you got. I don't think you got a single. Yeah, you got this 360 PS3 generation at the end. It's got Andy Serkis in it.
Interesting.
Not a fucking clue. So,
I mean, it could be a
I'm not
standard.
giving. I'm just dropping facts now because I'm like, yeah, I'm just giving you things. I don't know.
Keep them coming, because we're not gonna get this. I'm gonna lie to you.
The reason, okay, the combat is hack and slash focused.
But you don't have a sword.
No.
What in the fuck do you hack and slash with then?
Wait.
Any other weapon.
Oh, what's that game called?
Oh, I don't know. You know.
I don't know.
Was it called like Bloodhouse or Slaughterhouse or something like that? Can't remember.
Splatterhouse.
What?
Splatterhouse.
Like, is that a game?
That is a game.
Oh.
It was on the Super Nintendo. I'm pretty sure.
Oh no! This was. I remember I picked it up. Me and Lewis played it together. in my
Yo, I know
room.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
But I think that might have been a bit too early. Though.
What was
Maybe
that?
like a year or two too early.
Something Storm. Is it?
No, that's
Bullet
Bullet Storm.
Bullet
That's
Storm.
not what I'm talking about.
Oh, is it not?
No,
What are you talking about?
it's like something house, and it was just like you just shoot up.
It can't,
No, you don't
be
shoot up.
Manhunt because that's in a series and it's also too early. That's hack and slash, I think.
I can't think of any hack and slash games.
I'm just gonna say this now. That's crazy because do you know when I said I had 2 games? The other game was Manhunt. I was gonna make us play. Manhunt.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. I'm having a brainwave. Oh no, that's part of a series. I was going to guess Metal Gear Revengeance. Oh.
Yeah, he had a brain blast.
Because he's human, but not really.
I'm sorry if none of you know the game or anything, but this is just kind of fun. So I don't really care.
right. Just
Right. Give us another clue.
Yeah, we're gonna get this.
Another clue. So another clue is made by Ninja Theory.
I'm out then. I don't have a fucking clue.
Ninja Theory. What did they make?
But it's not difficult.
No, apparently not. Apparently, it's
What
quite
did Ninja
easy.
Theory make?
They made a Hellblade, didn't they?
They did.
There's Hellblade 2, so it can't be
It
Hellblade.
can't be Hellblade. And it was too late. It was much too late. What the fuck did
Well,
Ninja Theory make before Hellblade?
Made a couple of things. One of the games they made was DMC Devil May Cry, the reboot. They handled the reboot of Devil May Cry.
That was a good game as well. I enjoyed that.
It was a great game. Yeah.
So we've got 3 of the games. But...
They also made Disney Infinity Marvel superheroes. So
I feel like I'm out. I don't think I'd get this.
Oliver, you owned the Wii U.
I did.
The 2013 was when the Wii U came out, right?
Roughly.
You must have been desperate to get any game on the Wii U. You got cast your mind back to looking for a game.
I don't think it was on the Wii U.
I don't think it's Super Mario Bros. U or Zombie U.
I would
could be
also
Zombies.
count.
Also the wrong generation.
I would also count the Wii U as the PS4 Xbox One.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you said that it came out at the tail end of the Xbox 360 generation, that means that's when the Wii U was out because the PS4 and the Xbox One came out in 2013 at the end of it.
Right, so I'm guessing. I'm assuming this is a game that I probably did. I probably did see. Oh my god, what's happening?
No, surely no, mind. Sorry, I was gonna say.
Jesus Christ!
I just remembered Rise Son of Rome, but I'm pretty sure that came on Xbox One.
That was Xbox One. Yeah, that was a launch title.
Go on, Lewis. Give us another clue if you can.
Another clue. It came out on PS3, Xbox 360, and PC.
That's pretty much what we already know. You want to go again?
No.
Yeah.
It came out in 20. I don't know. Came out in 2013. No,
Right,
no.
okay.
It came out in 2010.
20. That's not fucking near the end of the fucking thing. That's halfway through. Bastard man.
No, it ended in 2012. I don't
And in
think
2013.
Yeah, but back then, Lewis, generations were 5 years long.
I mean, that's also true. That's true.
Right, I'm ready to give up on this personally.
I don't think I know this.
No.
Right, no, start rattling off the clues until like you're pretty much spoon feeding those.
This podcast is going to be 2 hours long.
The game is based off of a tale from the past.
But it's set in the future.
Yes, that's the point. That's the point of the game. It's a retelling of an old story, but in the future.
So it could be like a Brothers Grimm tale in the future.
Yes.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
It's based on a very well known story.
Brothers Grimsby.
Wait. It's Alice. It's Wonderland, isn't it? Is it Wonderland? Because that's part of the series.
Oh,
if
it's
so.
Madness.
I know, because he plays he. He plays he. It can't be Alice.
No,
Oh.
and also doesn't Alice
Wait.
Madness Returns have a sequel?
Catherine.
Yeah. I was just said that. Yeah.
Catherine is a thing.
Catherine's really good as well. Yeah.
I'd kill myself.
Is it? I think it's also supposed to be really difficult, isn't it?
And it came out
It's,
too late.
no,
I think.
Catherine's not a hack and slash.
Yeah, you can't. No, it's
You just go up some blocks.
It's stupid. The stupidest puzzle game with way too much anime.
I'm pretty
in it.
sure that's
That game.
exclusive to the
And if,
PS3 as well.
and if Catherine was based on any sort of story, that'd be terrifying.
Right,
Go on. Next clue. Come on.
It's set in a post-apocalyptic future. The game mainly focuses. They use a staff to fight.
Staff.
Use a staff to fight.
Gandalf in the future.
I don't know what else. I don't know what else I've got to be honest. I've given you pretty much everything to do with the game.
We are not getting this.
Like I said, Andy Serkis is the main guy apparently. It's based off the novel. I can tell you what novel it's based off of.
Go on.
Yes.
It's based off Journey to the West.
No.
You know the song. You know the game about. Sorry, you know the story about Sun Wukong who went and beat a dragon or some shit.
I've never heard of that story before in my life.
No,
I've heard of Western
I've obviously heard of that story. It's not.
It's who Goku's based off of.
Yeah.
Right, I think we just have to call it, aren't we? Are we all calling it?
Yeah, I'm calling it. I'm done with this. I was done with
Yeah,
this 10
it's
minutes
done.
ago.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna be annoyed now because I feel like I would have got
It's
it. We're gone.
called Enslaved Odyssey to the West.
Fuck! Oh,
Never heard of
that's
that.
really fucking frustrating because I could see the box art in my fucking mind and I couldn't think of the name of it. But I don't know.
What I mean. You've seen it before. You have. I know you have. Apparently, I played a demo of this when it came out like 10 years ago. Well, 13 years ago at this point. I remember it being kind of cool. Everyone since has said it's very underrated. Apparently, it's got a really good. Apparently,
£2 on Steam.
Yeah, apparently it's got a really good story. I don't know how the gameplay is or anything, but because it was very early on in Ninja Theory's career. But apparently it's just a very underrated Xbox 360 PS3 banger with a very good story, and it's only like 6 hours long. So
that has ruined my day. That's proper ruined my day because I could see when I was thinking of Xbox 360 games, I could see that game's box art in my head, but I didn't know the name of it. I didn't know enough about it.
Well, it's why I said I feel like you've probably seen it because it's not like a completely hidden.
It's the kind of shit you'd see in a bargain bin in Blockbusters years and years ago.
I just chose it because, like I said, it's very short. I thought it'd be fun. I always wanted to play it whenever I saw it when I was younger. And it's cheap as chips. It's like £2 on Steam right now.
Yeah, I've just bought it.
Right.
How's the deal on Steam Deck?
Is it verified?
I can't see.
To be fair, being verified on
It is verified.
means nothing nowadays.
Well, it might mean something. It might mean that it's good.
No, it's verified.
On Steam Deck.
I'd recommend if people are buying it on Steam to buy it now because there's an hour left of the sale.
I'm
literally
going to go buy it in a second.
Yeah.
All right, we'll end the podcast there because that is a lot longer than we usually do.
Half of that was 20 questions, in which we only did 18.
Half of that was 20 questions. When is the review of Enslaved going to be out, Alex?
End of March.
End of March, thank you. Is it end of March?
Is it
End of March.
February?
No, that's Cuphead.
Oh, yeah.
We're at the end of February right now, Oliver.
Yeah. I know when we are. I know I've seen the calendar.
Yeah. Ruined Niall's Christmas, but yeah.
It did.
Right. Well, thank you very much for watching. We shall see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.